everybody wanna know why he is that. Nigga.
And if you really leave, I'ma want him back.
And everybody wanna know why he is that.
Why he is that.
Nigga. Will I get the credit I deserve? Time will tell.
Hello everyone, how are you? I hope all is well. OC Flow here again with Steph from Blunt Rap Entertainment to talk about whatever. I haven't seen him in so long, so we're here to catch up and to talk about one of the most important things. If you've been following him on social media, I know you've seen a huge shift, right, in his appearance. So I want to know personally what made him do the big chop, and to find out all things Blunt Rap Entertainment, going from this. Was this a hot girl summer? I don't know. It feels like we had like a cool off summer, almost. But I want to know what's going on, all things Blunt Rap, with the music, with the videos, and what's going up and coming. So Steph, welcome to the White Couch.
Happy to be here, sharing energy with you. And I just want to let the people know, man, it take work, because we already had did an interview.
We did do an interview.
And it was a great interview, and God just got a way of challenging us. And
maybe because we could do a better interview.
And everything is meant for a time. Like, I was just reflecting while you was intro, and I was thinking, in my mind was like, oh, B and best friend here. And the conversation that me and you had, like when we was recording ourselves.
Right.
And it was a great conversation, but it was just me and you. And I felt like it was so good, but God do what he want. I think it was meant for us to have extra energy around.
Absolutely.
The people that surround us.
Because that helps drive the conversation and helps inspire the conversation.
Yep.
So, tell us what's been going on with Blunt Rap Entertainment and what you're working on.
BluntRapENT, man, we just always looking to build. Meaning, like, I don't think people ever gonna run into me and I'm gonna have full buildings. We're just building. We're not looking to complete the building. We're just building. And today, it's a historic day, in my opinion, in hip hop. Everybody know Swiss Beats and Timberland came up with a platform called Versus that caught everybody's attention during the pandemic. So today we recording this interview the same day we got Locs versus Dipset, and we also, before they do their verses, we gonna premiere Easky's latest video called Little Bit of Mary Jane. So you asked what's up with Blunt RapENT. That's the immediate what's on the platter. And I think if people gotta see it, it's a good shit. All the smokers, but the smokers that like to reflect, we about to target them.
Some introspective smokers.
I think so. Yeah, introspective, people that like to hit the J and think.
But you know what? Something that you also need is the right strand to make you elevate and vibe off that frequency. So what strands do you prefer? You like sativas, or you like indicas, or you like hybrids?
It's funny because I know the term sativa and indica, but I don't know which ones is which.
So indicas
I'm not that savvy.
Are more couch lock. Get your couch lock downers. Sativas, they're the more thought-provoking, energetic. So you can be up and like maybe get inspired to go clean the house. I usually get inspired to write whenever or get in the mode of writing. But a hybrid is a nice blend of both worlds.
I've never been a bougie smoker.
Hold on, wait. Oh, because I know my strains are bougie?
I didn't call you a bougie smoker. And I got that term, shout out to Smoke. That was somebody I was locked up with. I remember he was like, yeah, I still smoke the Reggie, I ain't a bougie smoker. And I like to use that term now. But what I mean by that is, I'm not too picky. Most of the times I'm hitting, I'm never missing. Who I deal with it. I feel like I get some good strands, and it could be, right now I'm smoking LAPD.
Oh.
I like it. That's what I mean by I'm not a bougie smoker. It don't gotta really be particular.
LAPD?
Yeah, LAPD. LAPD, they do most of the smoking. They don't get to smoke their ass. Serious.
Oh my goodness.
Real. I'm smoking some LAPD.
So let me ask you this. What strain were you smoking that inspired the thought to cut your locks? Or was it a strain involved at all? Or what was it?
That was a strain that it didn't even have to take me to break down weed. That was the strand of, chill out, we shooting an interview. Yeah. See, energy. Shout out to my man Teddy. Rest in peace to the great Teddy. That's his sister. And I love her, but I don't like her. But the strand will be the strand of life. God spoke to me. It wasn't nothing physical. I was on a natural high that inspired me to cut my hair. I feel like me cutting my hair represented growth. It wasn't even a deep thought behind it. It was just time. I think God just moved me in that direction because at one point in my life, I thought I'd never cut my hair. It was an attachment. And so once in a while, God eliminated attachments in my life.
I call them paradigm shifts. Like
Paradigm shifts?
So as a nation, there are paradigm shifts that shift the way we think, be, act, and move, right? It's a way of thinking, it's a way of being, it's somebody, it's something. Recently now we have COVID, right? We have COVID that's shifting the way we be, we think, we act, we do things,
How we
work, and all of that. So I believe that in life you have those shifts, and it's ultimately to help you rise to the occasion or get you prepared for whatever's next for you. So let me ask you this, before we go to what's next, tell me why you decided to lock your hair. Because I was interested, because I had locks for 12 years, and I cut mine because I felt as though they were dragging me down. They was holding me down like I was wearing 12 years of my life, and I was ready to release and look on to the next 12 years.
It was so long ago, I was young. It was a wave at that time, and me just growing up as a have-not. As I grew, I had my own insecurities. I wasn't fresh in school, so as you're getting older and you're dealing with women, and my hair not fresh, it was more, to be honest, it wasn't even deep. I just got caught in the wave. I need to lock this, it can be presentable. And then as I got older, I started to take pride in my locks. If you get what I'm saying? And
was that through education? Was that through living? What was that through?
That was just me learning more about our people and what we've been through. I think the lock represents a struggle, in my opinion. And cause you gotta think about it, like, it's natural. I'm gonna take the risk of it growing in whatever form it is.
Okay.
We live in a world where, like, black people, the most money that black people spend is on beauty cosmetics.
You're absolutely right.
Because, you know, we live in our people are damaged. We dealing with psychological warfare, so we always trying to cover up what we think is ugly. So the lock represents the struggle. I'm talking about, like, your co-host. We always joke and laugh about Hannibal's hair sometimes, but look at the struggle it represents. I don't got enough. Listen, I don't got enough heart to wear my hair like that with Hannibal, so it make me respect him.
Yeah, because he really, you have to have some tough skin and a real fucking attitude to walk around with that carpet on your head.
Because it's only what the world said. If we was in a time where our life depended on character, that's my man Locs. This is
Hey, Locs.
King. This is my brother.
Hey, Locs.
Welcome to the conversation,
Hey, Locs.
the White Couch.
So you made the interview. We
Hey,
did
Locs.
the interview.
Yeah,
so Locs
right in the
did
middle of
interview.
it.
But he can just this Goon Squad. This is my brother.
Goon Squad.
Yes, this is my brother. I came in this game with him.
Okay.
He the first person I called when I decided to rap. I was nervous. I said, I'm gonna rap it on the answer machine, go listen to it, then call me.
Answer machine. Tell your age.
That's my man.
Yeah, tell it.
But we was about the natural.
Yes, you
It
was talking
represents
about
the
the
struggle. It take a lot of strength to not care about what this world thinks. A lot of people don't really understand how great Kanye West is.
I would agree with you.
Kanye is taking the risk.
Yeah, always.
We could give our people truth, because our people, we loving people, even though they promote we killing each other, which we do. But black people got a lot of love for one another too, natural love. Sometimes we will choose love over truth if it's gonna hurt somebody in our family feelings or somebody we love. That's some risky shit to do.
Yo.
I know this the truth, but I feel like truth might break this mother.
So
and we
I
sometimes won't do it.
Yes, you are absolutely correct.
So the person that don't give a fuck about none of that, I'm giving you a problem. That's why we gotta give Christ. I ain't a religious person. I'm just talking about the stories. That's why we gotta give Christ his proper due, because he went all the way to the cross. He did not care about having the Jordans. He did not care about being the best, the most popular, this, that, and the third. He was about straight truth. A lot of people can't. That's some hard shit to do.
So for me, modern day walker of that life would be, for me, J. Cole. For me, it's just an epitome of that, because, you know, he first came out, you know, it was okay. And then I just saw him grow into his own. And it was respectable, the hair, the clothing, all of that. I'm not submitting to what America says a rapper's supposed to be, or rather a conscious rapper is supposed to be or look like. So that's for me, if we're using that as an example.
I got one for me too.
Who would that be?
BluntRapENT.
BluntRapENT.
My father.
We talked about your dad the last
The
time.
great one. He's the most genuine person I ever met on this planet. What I mean by that, I never had a conversation with him, and I felt like he was talking to me, trying to tell me something that I want to hear, or according to, he's always him. He's always about truth. Most of the times he taught me, he always talked about his shortcomings. He'll rarely talk about somebody else. He'll talk about what he did fucked up. And unapologetic. I seen that with the relationship of my brother. Shout out to Keith Bird Jr. Great father, raising my niece and nephews. But I grew up not knowing my brother. My father had problems with his ex-wife, and you know how this emotional, vindictive shit go. And not just on the female, my father was on drugs, so I bet he didn't put maximum effort at the time. And my brother grew up without his father, which is my father.
And you had an experience of growing up with him though, right?
Pops was so strung out on drugs, he ended up leaving the household, but he made his mark. He always talked to me. I've never viewed my father as a deadbeat. I always been wise. I always knew who I was. So even when I was young, I knew the plight that my father was going through. I was sympathetic and empathetic for what he was going through. But my brother didn't get no energy from him, because he was gone. Their shit was bad. So
He's your prophet.
So the reason why I respect my father, when my brother finally found us and connected, my father ain't waste no time trying to give him no explanation. It is what it is. It happened when it happened. And I know they love my father. I know my brother loved my
Do you have a
father.
relationship?
Yeah, we was just in Pittsburgh. I took my niece and nephews up there. BluntRapENT, the realest man I've ever met on this planet.
I gotta interview this actor.
And that's some powerful. Really hear what I'm saying? Even though his former wife did what she did, took my brother away, but my father, man, ain't never no excuse to not be there for your kid. My father know that. He was on crack cocaine, lost, and time just developed on your ass. You don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
When my brother found us, he could have came with the energy, you know good nigga. My father has never gave the energy to him like I feel like I got to explain something. That's somebody that's really in tune with God. And I think my brother respect that.
Acknowledge yourself. Yeah. When someone comes to you and genuinely and authenticity tell you, like, whatever you think of me, you're probably right. It's hard to really argue.
Somebody just said that about me on Instagram.
What? What did they say?
Steph, I appreciate you for your, how you say the word?
Authenticity?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's genuine. When people say real, recognize real, that's real. Like, you know when someone's being genuine with you. You know when someone's lying to you. You know when someone can look you dead in your eyes and lie to you. You know, so you know that and you recognize it.
And see, that's the gift and the curse when God bless a few of us with discernment. I know I got it. I suffer because a lot of people, man, I study the art of war. I'm about maneuvering. I make my enemy think it's love. I had to dap up niggas that I knew, if they knew where I kept my money at, they'd blow my brains out.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
That's a scary way to live, you feel me? That's what pain. People be like, pain. they'd be like Jay-Z. They heard Jay-Z on the song Success. And at this time, Jay-Z is a multi-millionaire, and he say on the song, I had more fun when I was piss poor, I'm pissed off. Is this what success all about? A bunch of niggas acting like bitches with big. Why would a multi-millionaire like Jay, who got access to the world, be stressed out? Because this shit is a facade, the pain, you're in danger. The more you elevate in enlightenment, the more Satan is coming after your ass. That's misery. Sometimes I'm like, God, can I just see the good in the mother? I think shit good, God, to reveal the eyes, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get away.
Well, I believe that as you elevate in your spirituality, as you elevate in your life, as you climb a ladder of success, it's lonely. That's why mountains have peaks.
Lonely.
That's why mountains have peaks. Because it could be thousands, and then thousands turn to hundreds, and hundreds turn to tens, and then there's just a few, and one usually make it.
Yeah.
So to reach that pinnacle of success, there's a lot of sacrifice involved.
Suffering as well.
And one of the main things I've been learning on my personal journey is that alone. And Rod Deshawn actually said this on the show, the Shop Power About Listens. He said, "You're never alone because you're all one," and it's just a play on the word alone. And he was like, "Olivia, you're never alone." He was just like, "Success is very lonely because you find that there are not a lot of people you have in common." Once you reach, because I'm learning this in the groups in which I dwell. I'm in a situation right now, like the way I live my life. Some people can't handle that, and they make comments, and I'm listening to them, and I hear it, and I'm like, oh, they can't handle the fact that I can do what I want when I want to do it. And
you can be around the like minds where people agree with mentality, but you will also be around a lot of people that's not willing to take the sacrifice. You can meet people that y'all vibrant with each other because y'all share the same mentality, but it gets sad because the one that got the ultimate drive, like what Nipsey Hussle said, everybody can't go. I feel it on a different level when you say that, because it ain't just everybody can't. You better. You get what I'm saying? You got to go.
You have to.
Everybody not willing to take the sacrifice that you might be willing to take to go, and that's a sad thing, because that's when the decision making come in, and you gotta leave behind people you love. People need to look at Roots and watch it carefully.
Roots?
Yeah, we was conditioned as a people to not get attached to this world. People just don't understand the science of God. We gotta seek the things that's eternal. That's why we're suffering here, because it's no end really here. We gotta seek the things that's with Him. We can't be blinded by the fake pleasures of this world. And I think that's why a lot of us suffer, because we don't think beyond this world. The people that think beyond this world, that's ready to go. There's some older people. I just seen Mr. Banks. He's 86, still driving at the Walmart. I ran into him again. And he don't, I know he know his love. I got his number, but he said, look, I was old when you was little, so I don't remember who you are, but I know you know me. And I was like, damn, I'm scared that when I was young, I remember Mr. Banks had a wife. I'm scared to ask because he's 86. And I ain't even worried about it. He looked happy, he looked healthy. And I know Mr. Banks is aware he's 86 and the clock might be.
But he might outlive a lot of young.
He looked at peace, that's the point that I'm getting. He looked like he's thinking beyond this world. Mr. Banks, I need your number. You know why I need Mr. Banks' number? Because I need that wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be with God. But I can't dodge Satan, so I'm trying to get as much strength. Because see, Satan wants you to go out horrible. Yeah, we gonna be with God, but Martin didn't want the bullet to hit him in the face. Malcolm didn't want to get assassinated at the Autobahn. You know what I mean? So Satan is he's a dirty dude.
So I'm listening to you talk, right? And I'm comparing what you're saying to some of the things and some of the teachings and writings of a Gandhi, of a prophet, of one of the writers of the Holy Bible. Steph, you sound like them. You sound like the man that you're talking about your father is.
And guess what's scary about that?
What's scary?
and we gonna end it because we got a premiere
This is
Easter
perfect.
video. But guess what?
What?
Like you said, you can sound like the prophet and sound like this. And Jesus told the people, he said, Queen Sheba traveled the east to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Moses delivered the people through the Red Sea, and John the Baptist is greater than them. And then you know what he said? But John the Baptist would be least in heaven. People need to really listen. If Moses delivered some people through the Red Damn Sea, and John the Baptist is greater than him, and he gonna be least in heaven, am I doomed for hell? Because I ain't delivering motherfuckers through no Red Sea, so
But you're delivering them.
I'm basically saying we never could get celebrated. We gotta keep adding to the legacy. Keep adding, keep adding.
So no stopping and yay!
It make me feel good that you recognize that in me.
Yeah.
But God knows the dirty shit in me. So when I hear that, all
I
the
think it all
business says,
balances.
we gotta
It all
keep
balances.
working. Hey, do me a favor, Mike. We good? Shout them out.
Who, Mike?
You. I'm talking about in the show.
Oh, in the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I saw food. I saw Mike. He
'Cause we about to
called
tell everybody to
my
come
mind.
down.
Yes. So you know what? I want to continue the conversation. So this is just gonna be a pause.
This part one.
This is a pause for the
Oh, pause. No part one. Pause.
Whatever you want to do, Steph.
Part one.
Whatever you want to do.
Part one, they gonna see the blue, they see a little bit of brown, and they gonna want part two.
They gonna want part two. I'm gonna make sure you want part two.
They gonna want part two.
No, but Steph, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Guys, I know you want to hear more.
You gotta shake my hand, I'm on camera.
I know you want to hear more. Tell them how they can find you on Instagram and
Man, you
on
can
your
follow
social
me on
media.
Instagram at step_FTP. FTP stands for the people. That's what I'm for. BluntRapENT.com. BluntRapENT on the IG. It's gonna pop up. They gonna see it pop up.
And tell them what they should be expecting from you and what you currently have out now that they could go and look at.
They should be expecting
Share.
truth. They should be expecting energy. We just trying to uplift our people. I'm proud. Mother's Day, me and my partner in rhyme, the Blunt Rap Cabo Easky, we dropped something for the ladies, the women, mothers. It's called Frosted Flakes for Dinner. Dedicated to all the mothers, especially the single mothers that might not feel like they get appreciated. We appreciate y'all. We need y'all.
Thank you so much. You have any final thoughts?
She giving me another final thought. Jerry Springer, the final thought.
This is really the final thought.
Final thought is we gotta keep doing this.
Yeah, keep having
I appreciate you, to be honest. You bring out, people like you bring out a certain level of intellect that the people need to see. So I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And just to think, before we did the interview, I was like, what are we gonna talk about?
What are we going to talk about? And there's still more to talk about because there were
Yeah.
several jewels.
But guess what?
Drop.
Go get a plate of food. We going in this, go get a plate of food.
Shortcomings and bad days. Never been selfish, trying to make a way for myself and others, and hopefully get paid. Discipline is the key when you reach that stage. Legendary quotes when I ink that page. Be going through a phase I could not respect. They'll do anything if it come with a check, and never speak on the things government neglect.